Yo, what's up? Get your stare on. Look at that haircut, baby. That is the haircut of champions. This isn't a haircut video. And we're not going to be talking about fashion. But let me tell you something, man. It's coming in quite nicely. You see? You've been a follower of the Sam Crowley Show. Every day is Saturday, man. I'm a man of many hairdos. But I never have a bad hair day. All right. Hey, so anyway, what is up, man? This is the Quit My Job video. It's the next one in the series. It's been a while. I'm not on a river right now. I'm not in a park right now shooting this video. I'm going to tell you where I am in just a minute. I'm not even in the same state I was the last time I shot the other videos. I'm not in Ohio. I'm in New York State. I'm in an 1870 Victorian that we come to in the summertime. Been renovating for the past 3 years. You know, I just took out a radiator with another guy because it cracked. It was leaking. I didn't even know what a radiator was when I was an employee. I'd never done any renovation when I was an employee. You know, I actually love doing this stuff. It's very therapeutic. I love grabbing a sledgehammer, and what guy? This is a total guy thing, so I'm sorry for all the women out there. You got to put up with this next 10 seconds, but what guy doesn't like grabbing a sledgehammer and putting a hole in the wall? Actually, a lot of women like to do that as well. So I shouldn't be so chauvinistic in my words. So anyway, I love putting a hammer through the wall. I love doing demo, but I love not having a job. And, you know, I crack on employees all the time. And it's not because I think employees are bad people. People are great. I find that when you give people a chance, they actually come through most of the time. People are good. I mean, they want to do the right thing. You know, they don't want to be a lemming. They don't want to be a robot. They don't want to be stuck in cubicle hell, but they're doing it. And if you're watching this video and you got a job, you're doing it as well. Why are you doing it? We'll talk about why you're doing it. I'm going to talk about what you're going to expect. Because this video series I'm putting together, I'm an ex-stutter, right? I talk so fast. I wish I could just slow down. But I talk so fast because I used to stutter. And when I stopped stuttering, I never got rid of that thing where you got to get all your words out before you think you're going to get tripped up on one. So I try to get all my words out real fast now. It's kind of like being the youngest of 8, which I am. And mom cooks dinner, and there's just enough that if you get done the fastest, you're going to get seconds. But if you slow down when you eat, you ain't getting seconds. So I still eat fast. I go out to dinner, and everybody around me is like, dude, settle down. Nobody's taking that salad from you. Why are you done already? I'm like, well, because I got to get done fast. It's just I've never lost that instinct. I want to get done fast eating because then I get my seconds. But I never stop stuttering, really. I still get tripped up on my words. So if I talk very fast, just slow it down, rewind it, whatever you got to do. This is an important message. It's for people that want to leave their job. And the next feeling that you're going to experience when you actually do quit your job, again, this is for 80% of the people that don't like what they do on a regular basis. They want to do more of what they love. The next thing you're going to experience is a tremendous amount of fear, self-doubt, wondering, most people can't pull that trigger. I mean, I'm shooting a video series, reaching out to a lot of people, 80% of Americans, number one, probably 80% of the world, who have a job, but most people aren't going to get to the next step because you're going to be filled. It's my wish, my dream, my prayer for you that you do get to the next step of quitting your job that you don't like right now and experiencing what we all experience, that, you know, you get past that fear. It's going to consume you. It's going to absolutely consume you. You're going to lie awake at night. You're going to think, I can't do it. I can't leave the 401k. I can't leave the health insurance. I can't leave my kids out there wondering, my spouse out there wondering, are we going to eat again? And hey, those are valid. Let's say those are valid fears. I say those are valid concerns that you got to fill the need. But what you're going to find out is that the thing you feared the most probably isn't ever going to happen. I mean, fear is definitely a down payment on a problem that most likely ain't ever going to happen. When I quit my job, my biggest fear was I'd go broke. And wouldn't be able to, you know, cover the health insurance, wouldn't be able to put food on the table. And you know what? I did go broke the first time. And I guess, you know, living a life of mediocrity and being average and I hated it. You know, the thought of going broke never gave me as many sleepless nights, not even close. I mean, I never even had a sleepless night about going broke as I did about settling, about listening to individuals who have absolutely no pulse. They have no dream. It's been literally been removed from their brain. The ability to dream or the ability to take action on that dream was completely void in their life. What's more fearful to you? Being called average or being called a good employee when you don't even want to be an employee? Some people are great employees and we need them. Boy, do we need more of them. The problem is it's not the way the system works. The system in our country, in America, is you go to college so you can do what? You can get a what? Get a job. Most people major in subjects they had never even, their career isn't even going to come close to mirroring that. And that's cool. You know, you bounce around, but boy, what a waste of time. Like I hit the eject button at Penn State when I was 20 years old, and I was a horrible student. Hated every part about being anywhere near. I was allergic to classrooms, man. The closer I got to one, the more I just started getting ill. So I left and I moved to Florida with a buddy of mine, Pat, and I went to West Palm Beach, and you know, I got my mattress off the gutter. Those of you that know the story, they bought my book on Amazon for $14.95. Yeah, that's a plug. That's a plug. Make Every Day Saturday, man. The Journey to Making Every Day Saturday. No More Work Days. It's a great book. 22 5-star reviews as of the date of this video. Maybe 522 right now. But anyway, I moved to West Palm Beach and got my mattress out of the ghetto, out of the gutter. We slept in the ghetto. And planes flying like this far over our head. We were right on the landing strip of Palm Beach International Airport. It was a riot, man. But I took the bus to work every day. And worked in a menswear store. After I worked in a pet store for 6 hours, worked in a menswear store. I didn't want to work in a pet store. I carried 6 rabbits at one time up to the cage in the front, and they all got away. But anyway, long story short, I did a lot of jobs in West Palm Beach that I liked for a little bit of time, ended up quitting, ended up being a stockbroker, moving back to Buffalo, and that's where I landed with my company for the next 15 years. But as I rose up the corporate ladder, I saw everybody that I was going to have to become in order to get more money, in order to get whatever it is these silly people want and need. I mean, so many people crave recognition, a medal around their neck, a gold watch after 35 years, and they're put out, and they have no problem being put out the pasture. No problem. You know, they just don't care. They've given up any drive that they wanted. They had a dream at one point in their life, but somehow they just traded it in. It's like when you go to the car lot. I'll trade you in this car for that car. Well, I'll trade you in my lifelong dream and my passion if you just give me security and freedom. Or, I mean, just give me security. I'm going to give you my freedom. Right? That's basically what we're doing. We're going to the car lot, and your employer is the used car salesman, and you're trading it in. Here you go. Here's my dream. Here you go. What are you going to give me for it? Well, let's see. Let me go talk to my manager, but I think we can work out a deal where you give me your dream, and I'm going to give you a 401k. We used to match it, but not anymore. Ooh, that's okay. We're also going to give you health insurance. We're going to gouge pretty good, though, even though it's on a cafeteria plan. We get a great volume, but still, it's going to cost you. Okay, but not as much as not as much as if you were your own boss with freedom. No, it's going to be a low deductible. Wow. So I give you my life, and I only got to pay a $10 copay at the doctor? Yep. Okay. Probably never need it, though. I mean, I can't imagine anything catastrophic happening. Seem in pretty good shape, but we're still going to give you that. And we're going to give you 2 floating holidays. What's a floating holiday? I don't know. Sounds good. Week vacation your first 6 months, and then after 6 months, we'll give you another week. And you get 2 weeks all the way up to 7 years. Stay with us 7 years, you get another week. All the way up to 15 years. You imagine having 3 weeks vacation when 15 years? Wow. That sounds so special. Yes. And you can call in sick up to 6 times a year. And we won't dock your pay. Wow. That's great. Now, you're trading it in, man. You're trading it in. So as I say all this nonsense, you're laughing. I know you're laughing. And you're thinking, boy, that's pretty stupid. Who would do that? Well, you're doing it right now if you got a job that you don't like, right? You've traded in your dream. And I don't even care if you traded it in part-time. You still traded it in. You still gave up a part of your life. You get one shot. And I don't know when you realize this. We all do at some point in time. It hit me when I was 35, but maybe it's going to hit you when you're 65 to say, damn, I just gave up this entire life and it sucked. And I said, what's the advice you're going to give your grandkids? You are that little kid, that wide-eyed kid right now, right? And imagine yourself, if you're 45 or you're 35, imagine when you're 85 years old, if you're fortunate enough to live that long. What advice would you give you when you were 35? Stay in the job. Don't go for your dream. Don't do it. A little too risky, right? No. You're going to give the advice of go for it. Don't ever trade in your dream. Don't ever settle in life. But for some reason right now, it's exactly what you're doing. And you're going to do it, and you're going to continue to do it until a guy like me who's actually done it and comes back to report to you that, hey, it ain't that bad. It ain't that, yeah, you might go broke. And that's the great Bob Proctor. Love Bob. Bob's got 3 words for that. And then what? I did this exercise with Bob on the phone. And I'm not name dropping, but I got Bob Proctor in my cell phone. Hey, Bob, need some advice. Sure, go ahead, Sam. Bob, what if I go broke? Yep, and then what? Well, what if I don't have health insurance? Well, and then what? Bob kept and then whatting me until I had no answers. You know what that told me? I don't have a good enough excuse for Bob, and I sure as hell don't have a good enough excuse for me. So you're going to get consumed with a lot of fear, a lot of worry, a lot of self-doubt. But let me tell you something right now, and this is where it gets really serious. You don't even know. You don't even know what you have inside of you. Like, you have no flippin' clue that inside of you is an unbelievable entrepreneur with a vision and a dream who's going to create something that's never been created before. I don't care if your passion is removing a radiator, like the guy that helped me today loves renovation, repair. He works on his own, so he's an entrepreneur, which is the only people I can ever relate to anymore. But he absolutely loves what he does. I mean, he comes here all greasy and dirty, and by the time I'm done working with him, I'm greasy and dirty. My hair's not messed up, though. But we love it, man. We have a great time. I can't do what he does. I mean, there's no way I can do what he does. He can't do what I do. He can't do the voodoo that I do. And that's okay, too, because together we make beautiful music together, baby. We had that radiator on a dolly, getting it out of here, running some baseboard, hot water, heater stuff through the house. Look at me trying to talk all DIY. I love it, man. And I'm 8 years removed from that stupid corner office that was paying me $100,000 a year with stock options and trying to be everything to everybody, buying things I couldn't afford with money I didn't have to impress people I didn't even like. And don't go down that road, because you're going to rob yourself of being the person who you truly know that is trapped inside of you. If you're watching this video, you know damn well you want to be somebody different than who you are right now. And the beauty of it is, there's no change that needs to be there. You just need to carve and sculpt and craft into that person who's already inside of you. You just got to chip away at that employee, at that lemming, at that cubicle slave, at that follow the leader mentality that's been beat into your head so you can just get your health insurance, your 401k, and a steady paycheck every 2 weeks. Let me tell you something. I never in a million years dreamed, even as big as I dreamed, that I would be happy, number one, to have 3 kids and a wife, so I have a family. That's really cool. Being healthy at the age of 45 years old, which I am at the right at the recording of this video, and have a couple bucks in my pocket. You know, if you got enough money to pay your bills and then $1 more, you're financially free. What does financially free mean? Financially free means that you cover your bills every single month and you move on to the next month. You're financially free. That's it. You don't need to be a multimillionaire. If your bills are $3,000 a month and you've got $3,500 coming in every month, you're free. Now, some of you may do consulting work, or you got to go and put a day's work in. Other of you may have developed a passive income. I wanted to buy real estate because I understood the power of passive income. And so I also have, obviously, my website, which has passive income. I do one direct sales business, Empower Network. That's passive income. I'm a big passive income fan. I never judge, prejudge. I always investigate, what I think would be a great opportunity, but I only do it one time. Like, I only do one kind of speaking. I'm not Johnny HR, gotta have teamwork to make your dream work. That's not me. I'm never going to be hired by the Human Resources Department of IBM or Amex or anybody like that. I'm an entrepreneurial speaker, trainer, seminar leader. I do one direct sales business. That's it, one. I don't do 31. I do one. Because the great Chet Holmes, another great mentor of mine, said, don't bother trying to do 12,000 things. Right? Pretty good. Do one thing 12,000 times and be great at it. And I love that advice. And I'm a real estate investor. So I'm a speaker, trainer, seminar leader. I'm involved with a direct sales company. I'm a real estate investor. That's it. That's my 3-legged stool that I rely on to bring in passive income in my life. And I'm free to hang out with a guy and take a radiator out of an old 1870 Victorian today and give this message to you. So think about not the pain you're going to be in, because you're going to be in most of the pain you're going to be in is going to be self-inflicted wounds. You're going to be thinking, oh, what if, I'm broke. You can keep talking about how broke you are, and guess what? You're gonna live into that. You're gonna grow into that person, or shrink into that person. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna shrink into the person that you fear, or you're gonna grow into the person who you've been dreaming about. What would you rather do? Shrink out of fear, grow out of power. And that's what I did. The first time when I went broke, I shrunk into the person full of fear. And I'm telling you, that's why I shot this video series. I don't want you to do that. There's no need to do that. But some of you are still going to do it, regardless of how much I tell you not to do it. Grow into the powerful person that you know, that you dream about, that you lay awake at night, every night thinking and dreaming about, that you've always dreamt about. Because there's a market out there for you, for your product, for your message. Don't shrink into what most people do, into that person, into that fear, right? The down payment of something that's never going to happen. Don't do that. Just don't. Don't do it. I did it, and it sucked, all right? But I was able to bounce back and bring this message to you. And I'm not saying there isn't going to be adversity. I'm not saying it's not going to be difficult, but boy, let me tell you something. What's more difficult? Dragging your tired, lazy backside out of bed to go work around and for individuals that you really, not as a person, just you don't have the respect for. It's like, really? I'm taking advice for you because you kissed somebody's backside for the last 4 years and you got the right to be promoted to give me the advice, when in fact you couldn't even do anything that I can do. What's worse, doing that every day and then fighting traffic, getting home, spending more time with direct reports at the office than you do in your house, having your kids, get on social media or go hang out in the neighborhood with kids that you don't even know who they're talking to or doing because you don't have the time to be a great parent, not leaving that lasting legacy. And are you going to give that, would you have given that advice? The 85-year-old you have given advice to that person who you are right now. Think about that. You're 85 years old. What advice are you going to give to yourself? Stop, settle, quit dreaming. Don't do that, man. Be powerful. You know you got it. So as you move away from the job and the employee mindset and you move into the entrepreneur, understand guys like me are rooting for you, and there's millions of us, men and women all around the world, that have taken the leap. It can be done. I mean, my God. Yeah, look at everybody on the internet, everybody around you that starts a business. You know it can be done. But people fail because they sabotage their own success with fear and worry and self-doubt that is just, it's all 100% created by you. It's not real. It doesn't really exist. How can it? It's imaginary. Fear, self-doubt, worry, those are all imaginary. None of us would be successful, right, if we all bought into that crap, which is all it is. So stay tuned to myself. My name's Sam Crowley. Make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel right here. I'm shooting this video in Buffalo, New York in July of 2013 on an iPhone. Shaped the wrong way. I should have had the iPhone going in the landscape mode. I got it going vertical here, which is kind of a rookie video mistake, but nonetheless, the message is still as powerful for you. Follow me on Twitter at Sam Crowley. Go to everydayissaturday.com and make sure I have your name and email so I can mark it back to you and give you more great information and then ask you to buy some stuff down the road, because I am an entrepreneur. And it's okay to ask people to buy your stuff. But I want to connect with you. That's what I want to do. I want to connect. I want to build a relationship with you. And then hit me up on Facebook.com/Sam Crowley. Here's why I'm giving you all of these. Not to sell you stuff. I say that tongue-in-cheek. But I need you to buy stuff because I got a kid with braces right now, which was $7,000. And I got another one coming with braces, too, in a couple of years. And we got 3 girls under the age of 12 right now, man. I got to sell you product, okay? I say this because you got to connect with entrepreneurs. You can't hang around the water cooler at the job, and it's going to kill you. You're going to die. You're going to die a death at 10,000 knife wounds. Let me tell you. Don't do it. All right. Connect with people like myself, great men and women all around the world who just know that every day can be Saturday. But man, you can't do it living in a life of fear, worry, and self-doubt. That's why you got to listen to messages like this. Also, my great podcast, which is always free, samcrowleyshow.com, samcrowleyshow.com. Let's just make sure we stay connected. So when you do quit that job, you ain't flying solo. All right, have a great day, and I'll see you soon on the next video. Take care.
You are a champion.
Daddy, it's tomorrow Saturday. It's tomorrow Saturday.
Because she wanted to spend the day with you, right?
It's the only day we saw each other.
I was a stressed out corporate slave. I never saw my family, John. John, it's taking said, take it. He said, take it. He said, take it.